everyone, my name is Bona and I am one of Capsho's 3 co-founders, and this is Monty Mossbelly, who is our Capsho mascot. And in this video, Monty and I are going to show you something very exciting. It is a new tool that we have built that takes 3 of the assets that Capsho already creates for you: your blog post, a checklist from the upload that you have put through, as well as the best quotes from that particular audio or video recording that you have uploaded, and turns it into a book chapter. So you can use this tool to turn each recording that you put up into a chapter that you can then collate into a book, an ebook, a printed book, whatever you like, to then continue adding value to your audience. So super excited to show you this. It's going to be really simple. So this video is going to be pretty short, but I think you'll really like what you see. So let's get into it. And ta-da! So this is our book chapter writer. As you will see here, there are some steps on what you need to follow to be able to generate your book chapter. So you're just going to need access to Capsho to be able, and the upload that you have put into it, because there's going to be a few inputs that this tool is going to use to actually generate your book chapter. So go ahead and pick the upload that you want to test this with. In this example, I am doing episode 1 of the new show. I believe it's a new show on Ecamm's channel, hosted by Scott Brandon Hoffman. It's about it's called Creating Out Loud. The show, and co-hosted by Katie. And basically, I've gone ahead and run that through Capsho, and you will see that the key items that you need to put into this book chapter tool is firstly the topic that you want it to be on. You can go ahead and use the topic that you would have picked for your Capsho upload. In this example is the power of play and improvisation in creativity. You're going to put in the host name, and of course the guest name if you have one, so that Capsho has the information around that. And then you're going to go ahead and put in the blog post. So for those of you who haven't had a chance to play around, Capsho does generate a blog for you for every upload. So you'll just want to go in there, take a look at what it has created, make any changes that you want to. Just a quick note that at the end of the blog there is a meta description and information for an infographic. So you will want to basically copy and paste before that point, for the content before that point. And then you also want to go ahead and add the quotes. So basically Capsho also creates, or I should say curates, the best quotes from the upload for you. So this will just help integrate it into your book chapter, because obviously quotes are can be really powerful to illuminate a point directly. So you want to go ahead and copy and paste the quotes in there. You will also want to generate the checklist that Capsho creates for you. So for those of you who don't know, this is a little bit of a tour inside of Capsho itself. We also create a checklist that you can use as a lead magnet for every upload. So you'll just want to go ahead, again, take a look at what it has sort of come up with, and copy and paste that into the checklist as well, into this part of it. So you want to go ahead, and once you have copied and pasted that, it's very simple. You can just literally highlight, in this case, the checklist, just like this, copy, and then go ahead and just paste. It will paste out like this, and then it will sort of give you a bit of a thumbs up to say everything is looking good. There is a character count, and it should not exceed that, because we have obviously taken that into account. But you just want to go ahead and do all of that, and then just click on Write Book Chapter. It's going to take about 2 to 3 minutes to generate here, and then I will show you what we create from it. All right, so when your chapter has finished processing, you will see that the little loading sort of view will stop, and your generated book chapter will be available for you right underneath. So you might see this little start, sort of code there, just rogue code. But yeah, essentially it's kind of written it all out for you. You'll have headings, you'll have a title, of course, introduction, and it's kind of taken, as you can see, and taken and formatted the quotes that it's pulled. It's also used the checklist and the blog to sort of really give your audience, I should say, or whoever's going to be reading this, an actionable, approach to whatever it is that you've discussed. So yeah, it's kind of all written out for you. Like with everything with AI, you will want to make sure that you read all of this. You can't just put this out. We're big believers in that. Edit it to make it, into what you really want it to be. Obviously, this is a very, very compelling first draft. And then if you, from a design perspective, you can also download this entire chapter as a PNG, so that if you are working with a designer or, someone in your team, or even if that person is yourself because you're a solopreneur, you can kind of take a view as to, okay, this is what it looks like, and how I might want to design this out in its entirety, and how you might want to design this out. So once you kind of decide on what the key headings are and stuff like that, you can go ahead and do that. So our aim with this is just to give you a really great first draft that you can visualize as close to the end product as possible. But obviously, we are also big believers in taking what's been created for you using AI to actually make sure that it reflects what you want to put out. So basically, this is it. It's super exciting. Like I said, this is a very, very simple first version. We really want your feedback, and we can't wait to see what you create with this. All right, so for Capsho itself and our process with the book, we hosted a virtual summit back in November. We streamed it live on YouTube, so it's got its own sort of discovery there. As you can see, 3 days, almost 5 hours of content each day. It's a lot of content, a lot of effort, but basically we got the recordings of each of the presentations, put them through Capsho, as you can see here, for each speaker specifically, and then got each of the inputs for each of the presentations to then put into our book chapter writer. So that would be the topic for each presentation, the host being Deidre, the guest being our expert speaker, the blog content, quotes, and checklist, which obviously Capsho created for each of them, then wrote the book chapter, and then it was just a matter of, being a little creative, coming up with the design for the book cover, and obviously a little bit of a note. This was kind of written ourselves because we wanted to set context of the honey trap method, which is what was the theme of the summit. And then after that, we basically, each of the, as you can see, the summit was based on 3 days, getting more creating content that sells. Day 2 was all about getting, growing your audience, and day 3 was about converting that audience, right? So then we just did it by each day was each part of the book. And then, these are each of the chapters. So we just went ahead and obviously got some visuals in and things like that. Got the speaker bio and also images, which we already had to do for the summit. And then, just put their CTAs in, and then just one after the other. And we have a fully fledged, 200 plus page book using this tool and the content that we had worked so hard to sort of host and create anyway. So this was a really, really fun project, and hopefully it's given you some ideas of how you could do the same for your content. So hopefully you enjoyed that and you are excited to use this tool. This is an invite-only tool at the moment. So all the information of how you can access it is going to be included in the description below. Monty is very excited to see what you think. I'm very excited, and the whole Capsho team are very excited to see, what you're going to create, what feedback you have, and how your book chapters and your book goes in terms of being able to reach a bigger audience and obviously continue to serve them with your knowledge and your expertise. So thank you so much for joining me for this training. If you have any questions at all, please do drop them in the comments below. We make sure that we keep an eye on that, and any feedback, we'll make sure that we follow up with you and see if we can action that. Until next time, I hope you have a really wonderful day and all the best with your content. I will see you in the next video.